Unlock the secret to turning fallen leaves into garden gold. Autumn is a season that dazzles with color, yet for many gardeners, it arrives like an unwelcome chore. The trees shed their leaves, the garden beds fill with brown and brittle foliage, and our first instinct is often to rake, bag, or even burn them. But here's the truth that few gardeners realize: those fallen leaves are not waste. They are a treasure, a free source of nourishment for your garden that can be transformed into rich living compost. Today, on Nature's Flora, I want to show you how to unlock the hidden potential in those leaves and turn what most see as rubbish into a goldmine for your soil. Before we dive into this, make sure you like this video, share it with your fellow garden enthusiasts, comment below with your experiences, and subscribe to Nature's Flora so you never miss a tip for creating a thriving, resilient garden. The reason leaves don't simply turn into soil on their own is straightforward. If you've ever piled up dry leaves in your yard, you've probably noticed they can sit there for months, sometimes over a year, without showing much change. The reason is the biology of decomposition. Microbes, the tiny organisms that break down organic matter, need three things to thrive: moisture, nitrogen, and the microbes themselves. Dry leaves are almost all carbon with very little nitrogen and, without water, microbial activity comes to a near halt. The pile just sits there, inert and lifeless, waiting for conditions to improve. This is where you, as a gardener, can step in. By providing the missing elements, you become the conductor of a natural orchestra, turning a static pile of leaves into a vibrant, living ecosystem. One of the simplest, most effective ways to jumpstart this process is with what I call a living liquid, a water full of beneficial microbes. The most accessible source is rice wash water. Every time you rinse rice before cooking, you release starches and a host of microorganisms that live on the grains. That milky, cloudy water is a microbial powerhouse. Pour it over your leaf pile, and you're sending in an army of decomposers ready to start work immediately. To make it, simply place your rice in a bowl, cover it with water, and swirl it around for about a minute. Collect that water instead of pouring it down the drain, and you've got a potent free activator for your compost. Building the leaf pile correctly is essential. Start with a thick layer of leaves about 6 inches deep and saturate it with your living liquid. Add green materials like kitchen scraps or fresh grass clippings to supply nitrogen for the microbes. Then repeat the layers of leaves, liquid and greens until your pile reaches about a meter in height. If you don't have enough rice wash at once, add it whenever you rinse rice or other starchy foods. Even the water from rinsing beans or cooled pasta water can be excellent sources of life and energy for your compost. The key is to see these liquids not as waste, but as precious resources that awaken your leaf pile. For an even bigger boost, you might want to consider compost tea or fermented plant juice. Compost tea is made by steeping finished compost or rich garden soil in water for a day or two, often with a spoonful of molasses to feed the microbes. Fermented plant juice, or FPJ, is made by fermenting young, fast-growing green plants like comfrey, nettles, or dandelions with sugar for about a week. Just remember to dilute the FPJ before applying, and it becomes a concentrated shot of nitrogen, enzymes, and microbial life that, well, supercharges decomposition. Applying these living liquids every week or two keeps your pile active and productive, turning it into a real hotbed of microbial activity. Managing the environment of your leaf pile is just as important as adding life. The pile should feel like a wrung-out sponge, moist but never soggy. Too dry, and the microbes slow down. Too wet, and oxygen disappears, causing harmful anaerobic microbes to take over. Protect the pile with a tarp or an old carpet if it rains heavily, helping lock in moisture and trap the heat generated by microbial activity. This warmth is essential, accelerating the breakdown of leaves into rich compost. Weekly turning with a garden fork ensures even decomposition, brings outer material into the hot center, and aerates the pile, all of which keep your microbes happy. Within a few weeks of attentive care, you'll witness a remarkable transformation. The pile will shrink, individual leaves will vanish, and you'll be left with dark, crumbly compost that smells of rich forest soil. This black gold is your reward. perfect for improving soil structure, increasing water retention, and feeding plants with slow-release nutrients. Spread it across your vegetable beds, fold it into flower borders, or use it as a mulch to suppress weeds and nurture established shrubs and trees. By making your own compost, you save money, reduce waste, and gain a deeper connection with the cycles of nature. You're not just throwing away leaves, you're feeding a hidden, vibrant ecosystem of worms, fungi, and microbes. Every handful of compost you create is an investment in a healthier, more resilient, and more beautiful garden. So, fellow gardeners, don't let the leaves of autumn intimidate you. Embrace them, activate them, transform them into a living treasure that will nourish your soil for years to come. And remember, if you enjoyed this guide and want more hands-on, practical advice for your garden, like this video, comment below with your experiences, share it with your friends, and subscribe to Nature's Flora so you never miss a tip on turning the ordinary into extraordinary. Your garden, and the earth, will thank you.